taking a break from cooking so I can answer this question. What is the difference between project manager and program manager? This question or this comment stemmed from another video in which I broke down the difference between a project manager and a product manager. I know it's a whole bunch of P's, but baby, let's keep it pushing. Now, before I get into the project and program difference, I kind of just want to walk through the hierarchy and structure in which project and program management kind of like operates. So at the bottom of the barrel is typically where you're going to see the project associate / project coordinator. These people, I call them the assistants. They're pretty much doing the admin work that the project manager doesn't really want to do or that they don't have the time to do. So you're probably taking notes in the meeting. You're probably scheduling meetings with the team and stuff like that. You're probably doing a little check-in on folks. You may send out some reports, if that, or you're probably curating the reports, pulling what we need. You will probably be developing any type of like slide deck, stuff like that. So it's very bottom level. There's really no requirements or certifications needed to have these type of roles. They're very entry level. I think they view project associates are people like straight out of school with no type of experience. And they view coordinators as somebody that have like maybe 1-2 years experience in an administrative type of role. So those are, to me, the people that carry the projects on their back. But I do want to point out that project associates and coordinators, they come in far and few because a lot of the times companies do not have the money to kind of hire an assistant for the project manager. And so you may not see that many of these roles. Next up, you have the project manager. This person is responsible for the full life cycle of a project. Emphasis on the word a project, right? So a company may bring you in because they have one specific project that they want to complete and they want you to manage that completely, or they're bringing you into their company and there may be different projects that you may be assigned, but those projects are not related to each other. They don't talk to each other. It may be like, oh, hey, can you be on this development project? And then once that project finishes, you may be on another project that has to deal with email. They do not talk to each other at all. I've typically had majority of these type of projects where I'm brought on to a company for multiple projects that will come up, but those projects are not connected. So they may be from different departments within the company. They may be from different clients that they serve. But like I said, the key thing here is it's typically a project. And then this leads us to our program managers. And the reason why I kept emphasizing a project, because program managers, they focus on a group of projects, multiple projects that are related and connected in some way because they fall under a program. So if I had to give an example of this, I did a project back in 2022, 2023, that was part of a 5-year program. So there was this big program at this company in which they wanted to migrate everyone in the company from this software to this software, okay? And there was a program manager that was responsible for that entire program that lasted 5 years. So they would have 2 project managers helping facilitate the projects underneath that program in itself. When I came in towards the end of that program and I just helped them close out the remaining projects, right? So those projects talk to each other in some fashion, meaning I may need to talk to the other project manager because this project that I'm working on is probably dependent on their project that they're working on. So it falls under a program, and that program manager is someone that typically reports to leadership about how things are going with their projects and their program. And then on top of the program manager, which you may see depending on the company, is someone called a portfolio manager. So a portfolio manager, they manage programs within a company. I know it's so many like multiple steps, but you need people in place in order for everyone to even know what's going on, to be honest. Now, the portfolio manager, they may have, to use that example that I gave with that company where they had a 5-year program. So that program was the software migration program, right? So that's one program. Another program that they probably had at that company that I was working for was implementation of a new type of software, and that could have taken another 3 years, and that would have been a different program, right? And so in this essence, it's just how much of a workload that the person carries is what differentiates what's going on in the different levels of the hierarchy, but also how much more of your brain is being utilized. So on a low level, a project manager, your brain is just more so focused on getting the project done, whereas the more you move up in the hierarchy, you're seeing how these projects and programs align with the company's overall strategic goals and how it's going to bring revenue to the company. Hope this helps. As y'all know, I'm always into the weeds, so if it was a little too much, please let me know, but keep the questions coming.